Hello there, it's Saturday the 31st of May 2025 and today I'm in a quaint little Peak District village in the south of the Peak District called Tissington, and I'm here today because it's well dressing time. So we're going to walk around the village and have a little look, and we're going to take in the delights of the well dressing, which is a very kind of historical yearly thing that happens in this part of the world. Well dressing is what it says it is. The village dresses wells to kind of give thanks for the supply of water from these natural sources. So let's go through this little gate, and you will see it's very, very busy at this time of year. So and there's some lovely gardens as well. This is a beautiful, beautiful village. Look at this. We are in Derbyshire, but already you've got the White Rose of Yorkshire. The time is around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and temperatures around about 20 degrees Celsius, so kind of high 60s, maybe low 70s Fahrenheit. So we've got some information here on Tissington, so if you want to have a look at that, please pause that. And Tissington is actually what's called an estate village, so just like Ensor and Beeley at Chatsworth and Wentworth and Elsica at Wentworth Woodhouse, Tissington is the estate village of Tissington Hall, which is the historical home of the Fitzherbert family, and they've been there since I think it's Queen Elizabeth I's time. So, oh, let's try not to get knocked down. So this is kind of the main square, but I do like the view from just here, because from here you get a lovely little shot of the church there. Isn't that just delightful? And as you know, I'm always looking for thumbnails. I think that's the Church of St Mary's. So try not to fall down these steps. Oh, I'm missing the actual first well dressing here. So they're all kind of themes from kind of the Bible, but with a kind of modern twist, shall we say. So you can probably read a little bit here if I pause. If you want to pause and read any of this information, I'll try and provide as much as I can. So yeah, you can see there's lots and lots of people around here today. So there's the village green. And then you've got, as well as all the beautiful well dressing, you've got stunning gardens like this. that just the picture. Absolutely gorgeous. So you get kids playing in the little creek that kind of feeds all or a lot of the different well dressings. We'll stop there. This is the kindergarten. The green. There's a little pond up there which we'll be coming to later on when I've walked around the village. And just up there, if I zoom in, there is Tissington Hall, so that's the hall there. But first, let's pop up and have a look at the church. St Mary's, Tissington. You can see it's just a lovely chill out day today. So it's a little bit breezy. Hopefully you can hear me. Very, very busy. It brings in a lot of people. And thereby a lot of money for the village. Oh. So if we look back to where we've just come from. It's so quaint, it's such a picture perfect little place. So there's a kind of video on in there showing a short video about how the well dressings are made, and again tying them into stories from the Bible. Right, I just want to have a look down this path. I'm not going down here, but yeah, that's, I think, is that the village hall? Not sure, we'll see when we come round the other side. But here's a lovely view of the church. From behind there. Such a quaint little church with its little stubby tower. It's so cute. It's one of my favourite little churches. I don't get down here often enough because it's quite a, you know, it's an hour and 15 hour and 20 minutes drive, which doesn't sound a lot if you live in the United States, but over here on our windy roads, it's that's quite a journey. So yeah, just look at that. Even the sky's giving a good show today. So we'll look back to the church. Isn't that lovely? Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I'm not going to go into a whole kind of, because I'm not that knowledgeable about it, about all the well dressing, how it's done, and the history behind it. If you want to learn more about it, simply Google well dressings or Tissington well dressings or well dressing. So yeah. So you got this little rill here, little stream that goes down to where those children were playing on the green just down there. And then we come to what I always think is the main one, because it's right outside the hall. Again, I think that's the same information that you got at the beginning of the video, so I won't pause on that. You can see how stunning that is. And people, throwing money into the little fountain there, stood across. There's the hall. You can actually do tours around there. Go and have a look there in a little bit. But you get lots of people coming and taking photos and yeah. As I said, there is a religious theme to it, but it's kind of part of tradition. Now, with the Fitzherbert family, there is an American connection, but I can't remember what it is. I think it's to do with somewhere in the northwest around, what's the volcano in the northwest? Mount something or other. I can't quite remember. So Tissington Hall, entertaining since 1609. So let's just get that through there, and then we'll just press that there. Bit difficult to get the railings out of the way. Hiya.
Hi there.
So let's just lift that up, and hopefully you will have a little bit of a view of Tissington Hall. Oh, it's not much there other than not a very nice barrier. So let's just put that on one. So I'm just going to do a kind of circular walk around the village, come back down to the pond, and basically finish off pretty much where we started from. And it's not a very big village. If you've been on if you watch my videos around Enser and Beeley, then you know it's a kind of similar size. So, estate office, this is the coat of arms of the Fitzherbert family, the three prancing lions there. So this is a children's well, so I assume children have done this, or at least a part of this. So again, you can see the dates there commemorating VE Day. You can see at the top VE. So again, it's taking something from the Bible, some kind of saying from the Bible, and applying it to something that's happening contemporary, bringing the history into today, showing that connection with the past. Because religion, whether you like it or not, and I'm an atheist, I've said it quite often before, you know, religion, Christianity is a part of our historical legacy. So we've got a nice veg garden here, some lupins out, and then little, imagine Freddie and Theo and Evelyn and Frank four have done those. And that's some cottage garden there. Isn't that just delightful? But you can see how dry it's been because of this moss. It's very dry. Had a little bit of rain, which has helped, but and there's more forecast next week, but yeah. A lovely rose there. Looks like Olivia Rose Austin, that, and then there's huge poppies there. Again, same information board there, I think. Let's just have a peek through there. Can't really see much through there.
So they did, and he was able to put that one in.
She had done it on the key thing, nobody questioned it.
Bit of a knot garden there, little dog in the window. Now we've got a lovely craft shop, looking very colourful. Sweets and treats inside. Now that quite simply leads out of the village, so, but we don't want to go that way because we want to walk round back to the centre of the village.
We also have
David the Shepherd Boy. The MVE Day, VJ Day, commemorating that. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can get some of the detail of that. So this lovely kind of double cottage, 1846, a little art studio attached to it.
Sophia.
Oh. And then looks like we've got some baby llamas in the field. Okay. Zoom in. One of the alpaca woodpeckers. I think the llamas. Delightful. You got a little public footpath there, just going over the fields into the pasture land and the hills beyond. And we can see some people walking there out of the village, taking the views over the valley beyond there. Hello, Mr. Blackbird. Chilling out, aren't they? Not a care in the world. Peaceful. Again, kind of honesty box thing there. Right, the hedgerows are just coming into their own now at this time of year, in full leaf, flowering. Elderberry's just about to flower. Got the cow parsley. You've already seen a rose, a dog rose flowering. Nettles are out. Wow, look at that sky. That is fantastic. Sorry. We've got a little mobile caravan park up here, so this is something that's relatively recent, I think. So that's very much a thing now, people having their own motorhomes and staying for a few days in beautiful places like this. you can see the hall. Well, the chimneys anyway. Yeah, the nettles are flowering, the cow parsley's flowering, buttercups are out, dock leaves, ragged robin. Yeah. All your late spring, early summer flowers. And then cows in the field there. And if you want to, you can clamber over that and go and walk along that field, that footpath there, back down to the village for a more nature nature positive route, shall we say. But I'm going to stick on the road because there's some more lovely cottages and some more lovely well dressings down here. Right, that to me is a lovely shot. The cows in the buttercup field, that is delightful. Absolutely gorgeous. So this is the Methodist chapel. 1955, I think that says. So yeah. Tissington Methodist Church. Not going to go in though. Oh, an English country lane. That cat is getting way too much attention. lovely. Oh yes, oh yes. White Rose of Yorkshire there, in Derbyshire. Now the lilacs finished. We've got some lovely green gages. That's a green gauge, look at those. Just, I don't know if you can see, let's try and zoom in. There you go. I think they're green gauges. And got a lovely blue, purpley blue rose there, some aquilegia. A lovely garden. Little cottage garden. I think I'd take one or two of them big conifers out though. Look at the size of this hebe. Look at the size of that. Rose cottage. I think if you're going to call it rose cottage, you need a rose over the door. But that is beautiful. Jack's licensed slaughterhouse. And now this looks quite private, but actually, if you're eagle-eyed enough, you'll see there's a public footpath sign there. So you're quite entitled to walk along here and go across that land there. That chimney, how ornate that is. Lovely bush that, it's beautiful. Can't remember what it's called though, I'm afraid. If you know, put it down in the comments. I've got kind of an antiques place here. Love that black and white photo there of that yacht. That is fantastic. If I had a property on the beach, on the coast, I would have that. And then you can get to St Mary's Church, Tissington, by going that way over the field. And then 1844 for that lovely, lovely house there, Sycamore House. Absolutely delightful. Tissington Estate Holiday Cottages, so if you fancy staying here for a few days or a week or two and exploring all that the Peak District has to offer, there's your number. All right, there's another one up here called the Coffin Well. As you can see, there's lots of people stood here. So again, this is another one to commemorate the ending of World War II. Of course, there's a famous quote from Churchill after or during the Battle of Britain. So, yeah. As you can see, plenty of people have come to have a look and to pay the respects. Daisy. Nice little terrace just to sit and chill on up there. We've got West View. And this looks absolutely delightful. That looks absolutely stunning. Willow Cottage. It's a bit more modern. That looks more like 1930s. That. So again, we've got a kind of quaint little, quaint little cottage. I think I came along this footpath here when I was doing a tour earlier. Do a bit of research before shooting the video. Look at that, picture perfect. Absolutely delightful.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
That's a thumbnail. The foot. Beware of the dogs. Look at that. We've got some hens hunkering down there, and then this looks like the main man who's chilling. And there's his hens. I'm not sure what Aussie Owl's doing there. Oh, it looks like I might be going the wrong way here in a one-way system. Hello. You laying some eggs? Yeah. Nice Mercedes there. Say, late May into June is buttercup time. Absolutely beautiful. So let's go down here and have a look at this well dressing. Just a bit of a zoom in there. So we've got Wallace and Gromit, we've got Pooh Bear, a little piglet, and then we've got Paddington Bear there. It's obviously one for the kids, including the big kids. There's the town well. So you can see this one seems to be running dry at the moment. There's not a lot of water coming out of that one. So we've got a probably 1950s ER post box there. Peak District National Park. Perfect. You're organic, clearly. Right, let's just go up and have a look at these, because that's the village hall, I think. I pointed that out from behind when I went up to the church. Let's just have a little look at this row of cottages here. Wander Green. Absolutely gorgeous. Thumbnail after thumbnail after thumbnail. This is called lamb's ears because, as you can tell, the leaves are really soft. It's like a lamb's ear. It is so soft, that. So soft, and the bees love it. It's just about to come into flower, and bees absolutely adore that. And there's the village hall, looking very colourful with the bunting out. And then some information there. Information board. We've got some swifts flying over. We've got a look at these goldfish here. We've got some early coots or more hens, some babies on there. I think there's a big rate for herons around here, but maybe it's just too busy with people. Fire brigade barn, interesting. So again, just come round. Oh, loads more here in this shallow bit. Look at them. So there's the kindergarten that we saw earlier on. Should pop down to the plant nursery, but we'll go along the top here. It's all right. Don't need to move. And again, we have more ducklings. And come through this little narrow stile here. You come to a seat with a view, but I think we'll just stand here and just get that view across the pond. Little baby ducklings there. Looks like they might be coming and thinking I've got something to eat for them. Well, I haven't, I'm afraid. So let's go down and just have a quick look in the little nursery down here, plant nursery. Gardener's cottage up there. I love the little stream again. Looks like it's going to an orchard.
Smell like chocolate already.
Lovely, absolutely gorgeous. Plants look really healthy there. So that there is where the pond comes out and then dips down. Oops, that was zoomed out to here. I think this is private, but I don't know. I'm going to just have a quick wander over just to have a quick look. And it's probably the car parking for the kindergarten. And of course it's a Saturday, so there's no kids there. Quaint little bridge. Yeah, so the two streams meet here. A couple of goldfinches there, I think. So yeah. Oh, I imagine being a small child and going to school here. How delightful must that be? Eh? How delightful must that be? A little bit of scent, not a lot on that one. Geranium's looking good.
Let's clean up the toilets that you see. Actual kindergarten.
Look at that Argila. Absolutely huge. So yeah, we're now pretty much back where we started from, so just want to finish with this beautiful garden again. Again, just coming into its summer best. Over the next month or so, I think everything will be in flower, but it's still looking fantastic. But I think I'm going to finish back with my favourite view up here, because this video is just under an hour long, so it's pretty much perfect. Flowering hydrangeas looking fantastic. But I'm going to finish just here with that view right across the green there to the beautiful little, cute little church, St Mary's, Tissington. Isn't that just a picture? So if you've enjoyed this video today of this walk around Tissington, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.